Yeah. BEETV Productions. The Cultural Preservation Station. Tune in. Tune in. Hey, yo. Black education, cultural preservation. Tailor BEETV, but cause elevation. Tune into the station, we rockin' the whole nation. That's right, we rockin' the whole nation. Prep the new generation for mental activation. Tailor BEETV's the new sensation. Stop the hesitation and learn something new. My girl Taylor B's here to show and prove. Terrorist shit.
Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, family. Welcome to BEETV. I am so excited to have you here tonight. This is another exciting episode of the Hip Hop Hour. Of course, I am your host, Queen B, and today we have a very special guest in store for you. He's hailing from the vibrant streets of Baltimore. He's a prolific artist known for his thought-provoking lyrics and powerful storytelling. He has a career that spans over 2 decades, guys, and he's released multiple albums. All right. My guest tonight is known as Born King, aka Killa Fifth, and I am pleased to bring him onto the stage. Peace and love, King. Welcome to BEETV.
Peace. What's good? What's good? How y'all doing? What's going on, world? How y'all feeling?
Good. How are you tonight? And thank you so much for being on the platform.
Oh, thank you for letting me be on the platform for real, for real. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
It's very nostalgic.
Yeah, of course, this is like the encore because we did the first collab show together on your platform. We spoke about frequencies and vibrations and different things like that and how that affects hip hop. So we're going to get into all that. I know you're into that on your platform, and that's a part of your podcast. We're going to talk about all of that. But right now, I just really want to welcome you to BEETV and really give you a salute, King. And King's up to you because, everything. I see what you're doing. You're on the grind heavy. And I really want to let you know that what you're doing matters and it counts and it's noticed. Okay. And you put in the work. So thank you so much for your contribution to hip hop.
Thank you. I appreciate it for real. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Cool. So let's get into it, King. Let's talk about the Baltimore scene. Okay. Talk about bit about the hip hop scene in Baltimore. And then we'll get into a little bit about some of your releases and all that kind of stuff, and I'll ask you about that.
All right. Shout out to Baltimore, home city 410. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, it's different than most places that anybody could ever go. We have a mindset all to our own on the hip hop scene, right? And it's like we really underground at the same time. From the era I come from. You know what I'm saying? Underground, right? But the young ones at this point, they've pretty much, you know what I'm saying, like in tune with mainstream. And you have some very small few, like more on the underground scene too, but it's growing now, which is a good thing, right? As far as for like the actual culture here, I would have to say that it's undescribable because it's like when you make it here, people like to go other places. They don't like to stay here, and a lot of people were like going to like West Coast, down south, like Atlanta and stuff like that or whatever. And record labels would be here, like Island Def Jam, but nobody knew that they were here. And the only reason why I knew because my earthwork for them. So you know what I'm saying. So it's like you have a grind down here real heavy, and most people really don't make it to their, how can I put it, their vision of success, which is mainly a mainstream thing. So you have a lot of people that always tell me I used to, then they go to work, get jobs, and hip hop is just something that most of them don't really want to, deal with because it's just too stressful down here. You know what I mean? So you gotta really like love this, and you gotta really like own your craft to the point where it's like you just stand alone. A lot of like we did a lot of shows down here,
Mm-hmm.
from here to DC. Matter of fact, we was doing the DMV before it was even called the DMV. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like sale wise, you have to really have a cult following in something like Baltimore. So that's really, you know what I'm saying, hustle wise, they know how to grind and sell hand to hand music. You know what I'm saying? Real grinders, I will give us that, you know what I'm saying? But we do need something a little bit more different to help pick our city up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you, because you said a lot of the artists that make it there, they leave. So is that to insinuate that it's that the city itself is not building back into itself, that the culture of hip hop itself is not given back to the city, for the people who did make it? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, pretty much because I mean it's like you know how industry politics can be.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine just people on our level, but doing industry politics or trying to do industry politics.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of a networking down here. So if you know
Mm-hmm.
somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, then that's where you fall at. You know what I mean? But as far as
Right.
for like establishing something here, street legal entertainment has been around for a very long time. I've always dealt with them or whatever, and they seem to be more sustainable than anybody that I've seen. But nonetheless, yeah, nope, nothing, nothing. They out of here.
Yeah. So, what ideas do you have that you think some artists, like if they did make it, what could they do, as far as what they could do to kind of bring it back up? Do you think like bringing tours back, maybe bringing tours to the city, or like what kind of things you think they could do to spruce it up, or like you know help out the youth or the community to try to steer them in a way to have a better experience with trying to do hip hop,
Well,
trying to come up.
I got you. Well, right now, we feel like the business structure needs to be learned first, right? So you
Hmm.
have to have honest people that's going to actually teach the youngins and maybe some of the old ones how business actually really works. And there's no workshops and stuff like that, and I would like to see it. But see, normally sometimes some people can just treat this as a hustle as well. So whatever they can get out of it right then and there is what they're gonna get out of it. You know what I'm saying? I've had
Hmm.
many artists come to me and say things like, "I got the city on my back," and don't get me wrong, like artists are passionate here. You know what I'm saying? But it's the business, it's the management part that's the crazy part here. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So trying
Well,
to
you
get
know
that
what it
together.
is too, I think.
Hmm.
That's so funny that you say that, because I feel like that part is the problem in every city.com, not just Baltimore.
Hmm.
I think with the hip hop culture, where a lot of us have kind of gone wrong or gone by the wayside, is that any of the artists that are seasoned artists, or that have been through that machine of the industry, or just understand the politics of music business, a lot of times, people aren't willing to share that knowledge and share that information with anybody else. And that could be for various reasons. It could be because they don't want the person to get on before them, or they think, sharing that will, somehow diminish their brand, or, or they're trying to get over on the person that they're working with. It could be that too. So there's a lot of different reasons why we don't share stuff like that. And that has been seen throughout our hip hop culture. When
It
you look at
is.
the different genres of hip hop, you know, um, going from like the late 80s into the cats that came into the 90s, like the cats that we love, they didn't get taught by those previous cats like how
Facts.
nasty the industry was, how bad 360 deals were. No one taught that to them. Now, even the guys in the 90s that we love didn't teach that to the next group that came up.
That is
So
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 true.
on and so forth. And a lot of it
Yes,
was they
yes.
were maybe trying to learn those lessons on their own, perhaps. But a lot of them maybe knew somewhat of something that, this is where I say, with our culture, we have to start having these meaningful discussions with each other, people. My whole thing is that 7D cultural, principles, cultural ascension principles. discussion, knowledge sharing, you know, making sure that the next brother that gets put on in hip hop don't get that bad 360 deal. You know, just put people onto the, even if you don't have all the knowledge, the little bit of knowledge you do have, pass it on to that next artist.
Yeah. We all right. So basically, the way that it works, right? I've been out, you know, when I'm putting all my business out there. I've been outside, you know what I'm saying? I've been outside.
You've
right?
been outside.
And during those times, doing music, right? So the way that Baltimore would work was like, say, like I'm from Baker and Warwick. So Baker and Warwick, they got artists, right? So it's a hood thing. It's a neighborhood thing, right? So now all of a sudden, the neighborhood down there, they got an artist. You see what I'm saying? And it's like every neighborhood, everywhere got artists. Now they all got business structure within themselves, right? But now, since, and I'm going to say this, it's like whatever happens in mainstream, somehow it tends to happen and reverberates in the streets.
Yeah,
So
it trickles down to the underground.
right.
Yeah.
So beef in the industry, beef in the streets. So as far as for doing shows, right, you still have to watch out. You got to be careful, all that, or what have you. You know what I mean? But it was a strong underground here. But I just think through time, because of the like things like the internet, because one of the things that Baltimore's strong point was that you could sell CDs, you could get rid of physicals without a problem, right? But once streaming happened and the internet did its thing, what's the next level? And if you're not computer literate, right, you're kind of like stuck, and you have to buy into this new thing,
This new construct, because it's a completely new construct, and we going, not to cut your wisdom, but we gonna look back to RZA brought this into fruition with Bobby Digital album. He talked about this age back in 1998 when he dropped the Bobby Digital album.
Yes.
So, you know, now look at where we are, and you're right. And with the problem to that, I see it with that, is a lot of our people they may not be that computer savvy, because they may not have the resources to be that computer savvy, right? So now where does that leave these young artists in this new world industry that's all virtual and like a streaming platform and streaming business structures that are actually robbing the artists more than the old structure?
Don't get me started. We always get heated up ahead.
Get started on it. Just go ahead.
So, all right, like I tell people, the CD that I put out, I made $1,500 off of it. Right now, that's going from 3 car washes from east to the west side. Did that in one day. Right out there early, getting it in. Right, I made that money, tax-free money, off of what I wrote, off the beats that my family made. You feel me? We out there getting it. We made the album covers. We shrink wrapped it. We did it all. Right? I know how to get money selling music. Right? Now, when streaming popped off, this the difference. I got a CD in my hand. Boom. $12. Right? Like that. Now, how many streams does it take for you to get $12? And how fast does it take for you to get $12 streaming? How fast? Months? You know what I'm saying? Maybe you might not even reach that threshold. You know what I mean?
For some people, it's years if you're not getting those streams.
Exactly. So it's like we pay attention to stuff like that, because it's like, I'm not going to get kicked out the game. And then you got to know history. So it's like, this is a machine. And there's songs that came out like Burn Hollywood Burn. And there was people in lyrics saying F the Grammys and everything like that. You feel me? So it's like, we never really was a part of corporate America when it comes to music. That was a small handful of people. The real hip hop is where it started from. The streets, period.
Right.
And I'm starting to realize that there are 2 type of listeners out here. You have people that love music, and you supposed to love the vibration, right?
Right.
But then there are people that actually are in the culture of the music that you like or that you love. So if you have somebody that says, okay, well, I do music, this, that, and the third. Okay, fine, you do music. But that doesn't mean that you're a part of hip-hop culture. So I'm trying to let these youngins know, like, look, there's steps to this. There's levels. And by you selling your CDs, you're learning a business tactic. You're learning how to deal with a person. You're marketing yourself, right? And you're knowing about presentation, right? So when you just dealing with this online, all you gotta do is pay for ads. You get somebody, AI could write your little story or whatever, you feel me? And that's that. It's not nothing personal between you and the fan. You feel me?
Right.
So it's like, if the internet shut off, you not an artist no more. Because I don't have anything that I can listen to that you put out. Now me and my crew, you know what we said? Oh, we going to do streaming. Right, we got to do that. And we going to get numbers. We get numbers.
Right.
But check this out. We got flash drives now. With our, you know what I'm saying? With our .coms on there, right? So we sell them for $12. I got them bagged up and everything because I'm a dope artist.
Smart.
I like dealing with, hey, like I said, this is street culture. So you don't come in here and try to make your own rules. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and you still sell physicals too, right?
Yeah.
Because some people still want physicals. Some people, like you said, don't have those resources, so they're still listening to their CD player. And all that.
Exactly. And I'm just like, you can't be 100% inside of something that hip hop never stood for in the first place. So that made, so I'm like, I hold the standard of measurement up now. So I'm like, if you don't have this, that, and the third, you're not hip hop. You're not hip hop culture. You just do music, right? Who made you official? How many ciphers have you been in? Who did you battle? You know what I mean? How many shows have you done? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. You gotta work your way up in here. But now all of a sudden, everybody got a phone, and
it's all popcorn.
You feel me now? It's like TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Go live on the gram, do this, you know what I mean? All that. And I'm not taking away from nobody. I'm not criticizing. But if you don't know what you had, then you don't know what you lost. So at the end of the day, I'm just giving y'all the real. All that stuff on the mainstream, and no disrespect to, you know what I'm saying, the people that have dealt with this Diddy situation and all that. We knew this in the 90s.
Right. Nothing new. Yeah, that stuff is nothing new, and we already know too the science behind everything on why they're doing that to him. Why they're doing that to him right now. And it, you know, it's just like, but this is a never ending thing. And see, this is what I want us to realize as a culture. You know, when this happened with him, of course, you know, everyone wanted to gossip and run and like accuse and say this and say that, and whether or not whatever the man was doing. The man's a grown man, and as far as I can tell through the whole trial, a lot of that stuff is just his personal business. I mean, I wouldn't want nobody put my personal business about the way I like to do things behind my closed door out there, whether I'm a celebrity or not, doesn't matter. That there's things that are private about us that should be private. So we know that this was an industry takedown of Puffy, just like they took down, you know, not calling Puffy a black leader, but he was a black leader in hip hop. He's one of the most prolific, richest black males in hip hop, right? No doubt. That sense, he's a leader in hip hop, even though you know he may not be all of our leader in hip hop, but he's a leader in the fact that he leads the culture. He influences the culture. So you know, it's just a takedown of him. That's all it is. Whatever he did that they didn't like, which I can probably point to at least 2 things that I know of that went on with him prior to all this happening. Which I won't bring up right now, but I'm just saying, like, you know, whatever it was that he did that they didn't like, this is what they do to all of us. This is what they do to our leaders. This is what they do to people who are influential in the culture that can drive positive change to change our minds to a more positive mindset. Once that gets on their radar and they see that they don't have control over you no longer, then they're going to take you down. And all this was a drag down of his name through the mud. That's what I think.
Look, I gotta say this real quick. I was talking to my moms and my brother about this one time, right? Because we was talking about the same thing or whatever, right? But I was like, have you noticed we follow music? So the streets, if you want to know what's going on in the streets, listen to the music. That's what the streets is dealing with, right? So I'm like, hip hop had a balance. You had, you know, the gangster a little bit, but then you had groups like De La Soul, Public Enemy, right? You had a variety. So therefore, it's like, okay, whatever our programming is music-wise, that's what we listening to, but we could also switch it up. and get into our blackness and stuff, right? So hip hop helped people get into their blackness, into the culture, right? So you don't have that now. Not as much. You got some people, but you don't have that public enemy out there, right? That's really doing some more poor righteous teachers or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? But if you notice, the absence of that is the absence of the civilized version of what the hood could be as well. You know what I mean? Because we know it could be a night and day thing where it's beautiful. Sometimes you love it, sometimes you hate it, right? But we had things that still we felt proud about and everything like that. You feel me? Go to the bookstore. Go get like books about Egypt. Go get books on comedic sciences and things of that nature. Go get some chew sticks. You know what I'm saying? Go get your healthy on. Now, bar, chicken spot, club. You know what I'm saying?
Bar, hair salon, barbershop,
yep,
club, mall, bar,
yep,
liquor store.
Yep. And look, the guy that you know how like when they do these parodies in these movies where you have the black guy that might have one of fatigues and he's the only person, the pro black guy, but they mock him. I said for a while that's how I felt in my family for certain things or whatever when I used to say certain things. I said, but if you notice the absence of that and the absence of people that want to be vocal about it, we killed our own self off. And now this is what you got. You got nothing but the savage part. And we kill that off, that mentality as far as for like wanting to know, you know what I mean, or being proud about yourself. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's twofold, and I really do think it's it's an intricate plot by the industry. The industry did this to us. And I'm not going to say we didn't have a hand in it. We have a hand in it because a lot of us are still being fooled by trinkets to this day. I've said that plenty of times about our community and our culture. And a lot of times we'll sell out. A lot of people will sell out to get on. Okay. And then when you do that, we've already been told by many rappers that the industry will pay you more to be ignorant.
Yes.
We've already been told that by several rappers that the industry will pay you more money to be as ignorant as you can. So the more ignorant the line, the more ignorant the hook, the better for the industry, the better for your own selfish pocket. But however, what you're doing is now you're setting that frequency out throughout the community as a culture because this is being distributed on a global level because it's being backed by the machine. So then what you end up having is this huge imbalance in the culture. Because you know, of course, we know the original hip hop started with the message of the street, you know, started with the kids being frustrated. So they get together. Some of it was, you know, happy stuff and all that kind of stuff, partying. But mostly it was messages of the street, messages on what's going on, letting each other know different things, making up our own slang, you know, being the creators that we are. Right. So we create this thing and it's ours, but they see how powerful it is. And they see the public enemies. They see all of those types of groups and the message that was being sent. You think they're not going to take that over and monopolize it like the dominant society does everything else? So we would be fools to think that they're not doing that with the music industry. That's exactly what's going on right now. That's exactly why you see the imbalance. And you don't see those types of groups at all in the mainstream. The only way you're going to see those people are underground.
Yes.
Period. You're not going to see them in the main. That has been ended in the mainstream. The industry has stopped that. They had put a complete, it ain't no 50-50, it ain't no 80-20. They put a complete halt to any type of conscious rap or hip hop with a message.
Most definitely.
That's the end. So the only thing that you can get on the radio is the crap that you get. Exactly. You're not gonna get nothing. It ain't gonna be nothing positive. But then see, we perpetuate that because we continue to want to get, for whatever reasons, you're trying to get out the hood, you're trying to get out of poverty, you're trying to get your family into a better situation. So if someone comes to you with a check, all that, of course, most of these kids are going to take it. They're impressionable. They don't have fathers, a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to take that money and have at it and do what they need to do to survive. This is about survival for our culture right now. So that's what I think. It's a shame that it's come to that in the industry. Let me ask you, King, about your release, because you are, not to be putting your business out there in the street, but you are a Gemini 8, so you have a very, very well, I say pragmatic, work ethic, where you've been known to release 2 albums a year, normally one around your birthday and then one around Halloween. So talk about that. Talk about what inspired you to adopt that unique release schedule. And how do you maintain such prolific output? Even though I know the answer to that, but I'll let you tell the people how you maintain that prolific work output.
Oh man, I it's how I was raised. I swear to God.
Well, let me correct that. It's who you are. But go
Yeah,
ahead. It's how you were
yeah,
raised.
yeah. Like
Who you are.
my uncle, shout out to DJ Fingerprints, Frank Cola. Oh man, like I used to get up in the morning. He a DJ.
Hmm.
He on the tables. He's been on Beware Records, Profile Records. He's been on Luke Records, Luke Skywalker Records. He came up in the '80s doing this, right? So I'm little. He got me in like George freestyle, rhyme about this, rhyme about that. So my whole life has always been about putting projects together and doing shows. But I knew I had to work. So this has just really been an expensive hobby at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely. I know what you're saying.
so it's like in order to stay sharp, you gotta work your craft. I'll be at work writing rhymes and going, when I get home, I'm going to do this song, right? So just, you know what I'm saying, I just made sure I had everything at my disposal that I need to hit them, to spit them darts and keep hitting people with the darts. It's never really been about money, you know what I'm saying, or nothing like that, because I didn't start off making money rhyming or anything, you know what I mean? It's always been about just splitting the MC and saying some shit that make people go, oh damn. So, it's like doing these projects and putting them out all the time is just like, yo, like this is just what we do. My brother, I got him into it. My cousin, I got him into it. Peace to Sin God Superior, and peace to my man Balti Mega, the one that produced the latest joint. That's all we like. Everybody that I hang around, matter of fact, all we do is peace to BMG. You know what I'm saying? My man Desert Ease and Young Damo. You know what I'm saying? Like this is all we do. I go over his house, he got a studio. I go over Young Damo house, he got a studio. They come on my house, I got a studio. Or, I'm going to send you this track. Go ahead and put a verse on this or whatever. This is all we do.
Right, that's how you came up.
This is all we do, man. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like when you can literally roll out the bed, do a song, press it up, and put it online, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? My time is like, of course I'm married, you know what I'm saying, and all that. I got children and all that. My KRS-One, shout out to him. I study him, right? And I looked at how he dealt with hip hop, having a family. A family. That's important. Yes. Because if you have an art form, whether it be you or your mate, if you don't respect the art form, then you can't be with that person, because you're going to damage the art. They're going to feel like they don't want to put the art out no more because they don't feel inspired. I was on the radio when I was in high school. My wife used to listen in the radio in high school. So she know, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, my whole family does music. My uncle, my cousin Killa, peace to her. She's been on, what is that, Netflix and all that for the Baltimore club music joints and all that or whatever. Cool. She's a big player down here, you know what I'm saying? And our family is like the rapping version of the Jacksons. No lie. No lie. Everybody.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
So, it's just something that we do. So that's why I take it so personal as well, because I know what it means to be an artist and have to literally spit rhymes in front of people that got record deals, right? When you little, and them tell you like, man, get out of here, man. Go practice, man. You know what I'm saying?
Keep practicing, keep practicing Young Blood and all that kind of stuff, right?
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it just built that fire, and then I couldn't walk nowhere with my uncle without him going, yo, my nephew rhyme. Who rhyme? And then I'm battling on the corners. You know what I'm saying? So that's literally how the fire been built. I don't like, if anything was to even damage or try to attempt to deal with me, like mess up my music, I'm leaving it alone. You know what I mean? Even if it's my win, if it's something that I eat and it's going to interrupt what I got to do lyrically, it's gone without even a question. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's a good mindset. That's a good mindset to have. And I mean, I just know that you're the energy that you embody is, you work. You guys put everything into what you do. So I definitely see you walking in your energy and walking in
Thank
your
you.
light and things that you should be doing, you are doing. So salute to you again. Like I
Thank you.
said, King, you doing your thing. So let's talk about your a couple of your old projects. So from your album back, I think what, it's 2007, Credatus. Did
Oh
I
yeah,
pronounce that right? So
Cordatus.
let's talk about the song "The Blue Lights" because that song
Ooh.
had an impact. It gained some attention for its critical stance on the Baltimore Police Department. So can you just share a little bit about that and share your thoughts on the role of music in social activism and how we can use that to influence public perception?
All right, so uh, like I said, because of the era of hip hop that I came up in, it's like you had people named like Intelligent Hoodlum, right? So the pro blackness and all that. So I come up in the pro black gangster like type thing, thug era and all that, right? So when I see something, like I'll do rhymes to battle somebody, but like say if I see something, the 5% information kicks in me. You know what I'm saying? And I look at things different than most people that don't have the glasses on to see this. You feel me? So it's like I want to broadcast it. I want to let
Mm-hmm.
people know, like, look, this is why they have this out here. This isn't fair. I go to another neighborhood, like something like Park Heights, and their lights not looking like this. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They got the little discreet joints and all that. Why ours gotta be big and you hear it all night, 12 midnight and shit like that, pardon me, and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying?
You good?
So I'm just like, I just gotta expose it. You know what I mean? I don't really
Mm-hmm.
um, really like do a whole album based on like whatever I feel, you know what I mean? So it's just like
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that's something that I had to really put attention to because it was new. I was like, who y'all think we are? Like this is ridiculous. But the other side of the coin is what's the duty of the civilized? You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, like y'all gotta straighten up, man, because at the end of the day, I understand it. I'm from it, you know what I'm saying? But it can't keep continuing like this. So if I put the light on it, maybe we'll understand it better. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Yeah, I mean, I think that's dope. And, like you said, when you write stuff from your heart and it's just what you feel, I mean, that those are the ones that get that type of attention. And sometimes, as creative people, in our culture, we have to shed light on these things. Like, because if we don't do it, who will? People who have been around BTV for a while should know that that's one of my taglines. Because if we don't, who will? You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
Because
right,
if we
right,
don't do things
right.
for ourselves, for our
Facts.
community, for our family, for the needs that we have, who's going to do it for us? You know what I'm saying? And really for us as a culture, the Black American culture, we as a people should know that more than anybody else, because everything that we have gotten, we've done for ourselves. Um,
Facts.
so, I
Facts.
think really we have lost that along the way somewhere. Um, between all of these distractions and all of this confusion and all of this deceit and all these different things that the dominant society throws at us to keep us subjugated. It really we get skewed in that. And I think
Oh
we
man.
lose sight of that we have to take care of ourselves. Like we have to do everything ourselves.
You know what?
Um, you know,
That's
it's not,
something.
no one's going to do. And then let me just real quick, because to double down on
Wow.
that,
Hmm.
we're at a precipice in this country, in this nation, globally, not even just the country, but really we're talking about Black Americans. So we'll say this country, even the immigrants that are here now, that have come over here now, like, and I would even just say in the past 5 to 10 years,
Oh, here we
they don't give
go.
a damn about us. They don't give a damn about nothing we talking about. They don't give a damn about us talking about, and I'm just keeping it real. They don't give a damn about us talking about what we went through in this country, how we built the country,
Oh
you
my
know, and all the things
God.
that we did do. This is all true, but you think these people care? To them, they're saying to us, you guys are acting like victims. You guys are doing this and doing that. But see, little do they know there are other aspects and avenues to that that they don't understand the intricacies of this country like we do. No one understands it like we do. And that's the difference. When they come, we see why they get what they get. It's set up for them to be that buffer class, like Dr. Claude Anderson taught us. So whether it's someone from our own diaspora or it's another immigrant from another ethnicity or background, when they come here, they don't give a damn about the plight that we're talking about. All they say is, well, we're coming to get them opportunities, and they come in and they get those opportunities. But these are opportunities that are supposed to be for us, that we fought for, that are denied to us in a lot of ways. They're denied to our community, especially the black man. The black man in America is the most denied person in this on this planet Earth. The black man in America is the most denied person and the most neglected, the most treated like shit person on this face of this earth. Because even us as black women have way more opportunities than black men. We get way more resources. We get way more lanes through education. We're treated different through schools. Black men and black males and black youth are treated like shit in school. They're looked at as criminals when they're 5 years old, and they're looked at that through from kindergarten up through 12, if they even make it through 12 at that point, because they're setting them up for failure. So, you know, I say that to say this is ridiculous. And, you know, one thing about it, like, I don't even know where I was starting, but you know I'm off on my tangent right now.
Man,
so I say that to say, like, at the end of the day, we got to pull together and do for our damn self. Like, damn all this letting us in. I ain't knocking on no door. I'm busting it down. I'm building my own shit, and you can either come get on with it or you can get on with it. That's just it. That's the end of it. Because we can't depend on nobody else to do nothing for us. Not even down to us wanting to, you know, us fighting for our reparations here. We're fighting for them, and I do believe possible that we could have them. You know, we're going to get our reparations, but it ain't going to be without a fight.
Yo.
And guess what? What that comes with revolution, and it comes with it. You cannot have it being nice. Nobody gets what they want being nice. You have to be aggressive. You have to take what you want, like we've always done in this country. And until we get off of this mindset of, you know, want to, you know, not even saying integrate. I ain't saying it like that. I'm just saying, like, just wanting to be on a set with somebody else, like trying to get the approval of the industry. Oh, I want to get on with the industry. No, make your own damn industry. RZA made his own industry with Wu-Tang.
Don't get me started.
He made his own industry within the industry. And he fed a million, he enhanced all these people in the community's lifestyle, they life set. You know how many lives he saved by doing that? By believing in itself? You know what I'm saying? So that's what we all got to do. We all got to take from that and start believing in ourselves and build on our own and stand on that. And then listen, we are the culture. They're going to follow anything we do. So as soon as we sever ourselves from them and do our own thing, trust me, they'll either come running and trying to infiltrate like they always do, or they're going to be trying to get on our team and blah, blah, blah. So at the end of the day, I say we don't need none of this stuff from none of them. Yeah. Let the people who want to go kick them boots and lick them boots, go kiss and lick them boots, because we not doing that on this side. We fighting for what we believe in. We standing on 10 toes down on our business. We creating our own businesses. We're hiring our own, because they're not hiring us. Sure. If you're a black man in this country and you don't have no skills, you're not getting hired from nobody. Period.
She ain't lying.
You're not getting hired. The jobs are set up that way. You can see the way they set the language up in them. Most of our guys don't have resources. They don't have resumes. They don't have work histories because they've been incarcerated. All this shit. I could go on and on. And then they dangle checks in front of their face. Of course they're going to take the bait.
That's true.
You know, but we got to stop doing that. We have to stop it. We got to stop it. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Peace. We got some people in the audience. I want to say peace and love to my boy Cool Colas, Peace King. Cool Colas will be on the platform, you guys, on Monday night. We're coming back live and direct with you with Justice on Earth. I'm talking a little Justice on Earth tonight on Hip Hop
Yeah,
Hour. I'm
facts.
always talking Justice on Earth. So you know what I'm saying? So peace to the king. Make sure you go follow him on YouTube and check his platform out. This brother does um like media and entertainment. Basically the brother is bad, breaking it all down.
Okay,
Doing
okay.
like comic books, and regular media, any type of
Nice.
media, but looking at the tropes in the media, looking at how we're disproportionately represented. That's one. Or represented in a ignorant fashion, just the tropes that they do and the stereotypes that they put on us. So make sure y'all check him out. And I want to say peace and love to the botanical bro. He already
Peace,
knows
peace.
how I get on fire when I get started. And he said most Hollywood movies have absolutely deleted the black man. Yeah, yeah. A botanical bro. Make sure you're tuned in with us on Monday night. I think we're going live at 8 o'clock with Kukolas. He's going to break all that down. And you're going to love it. And, he's got a book out. So we're going to make sure that you guys know about that and you can support his book. Reparations in the form of cryptocurrency would be good. Listen, I'll take it in that form. There's a couple other forms that I would take. Everyone has their own idea and plan and all that kind
Cooking
of stuff
tonight.
about what it could look like.
Cooking.
It could look like cash payments, or we could do the cryptocurrency, either one, but I prefer the cash payments because then you can do your own cryptocurrency. We don't need people telling us what to do with our shit. That's number one. They've been doing that long enough. Number two, that could look like not only cash payments, also land grants to get our land back.
Man.
So not just see, I don't want just cash payments. I want it all. I want the cash. I want our land, and I want none of us should have to pay taxes on this soil. Period. Black Americans. None of us should have to pay tuition for education. And you give us those things, and then let us have at it. And I can guarantee you, everywhere we are, you will see the same thing that you saw with Black Wall Street build up. You even with Atlanta, with Atlanta right now. I mean, it's not all the way there, but ideally, but it's a black booming business there. So anywhere we are, leave us alone and let us have at it. So that's the way that I see how it looks. And he said, hit the like button. He's damn right. Hit that like button.
Hit that like button, y'all.
You said you thought he was Wyclef John. No, this is Boring King. This is Boring King, aka Killa Fifth. Speaking of that, bro, let's get into your names. Let's get into your attributes because your name was, it is Born King. Talk about Born King, why you chose that, and then talk about your Killa Fifth and some of those things that you chose in your Bag Life Media.
Oh, wow.
Some of your monikers.
See, listen, all right, so you see I got the Wu hat on and everything, right? So like I said, pro-black, right? You know what I mean? So the Wu ever hits. I'm in Jersey, Protect Your Neck comes out, right? And I'm hearing these lyrics, and I listen to people's lyrics. So I'm hearing this God and, and culture ciphers and all this stuff, and I'm like, what the hell are they talking about, right? So just so happens I come back to Baltimore, and my family members from Far Rockaway, Queens, they 5%ers, right? So they came down, and they said they seen something. Remember, I told you I was outside. So they gave me the 120, right? So I got this book, and I'm like looking through it, and I'm like, yo, like, what is this? Like, I don't understand it, right? It's something I ain't never seen, but I'm so intrigued, right? So I always been around Rastas, Muslims, and things of that nature, right? So my man Bilal, he Muslim, his whole family Muslim. They familiar with the 5% information and all that, right? And there was a God that he was dealing with from New York, right? Peace to Born, you know what I'm saying? So Born, matter of fact, all this interesting. Born let us hear Biggie demo before it even came out. So I heard versions of the songs before they even came out. So when I heard the actual album, I was like, that shit ain't even sound like that when I heard it. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like moving right along, they took the 120 from me. And I had to learn it page by page.
That's how you're supposed to, first of all, you're supposed to learn it question by question. So they should have took it from you because you wasn't ready for it. You can't give it like that. It's too heavy. You can't take people to Pluto and leave them there. It's too heavy. It's too heavy. So that is, they did right by you by doing that.
Yep. and I was a little heated, right? But it's like the era I came up in. It's like it's so divine. Peace to Born Divine. It's like the
Peace
era.
to Born. He'll be coming on the show soon.
Nice. The God
My
got a
bro.
book out called Scars and Stripes, man. So y'all
Yes.
go get that. You know what I'm saying, man. Matter of fact, I was outside with his brother. You know what I mean? So that part, I'm coming through all the ranks, and I had to learn, like I said, page by page. They walking me through all this information, right? And I just it's like being in a martial arts flick. They ask me questions and stuff or whatever, like, yo, how we know that you Muslim, or how we know that you God if your tongue was cut out your mouth and you couldn't tell us? And I'm like, it's your ways and actions, right? So I got trained like that. So it's like, then I ran into my my educator, and he gave me the pages that I needed. So the student enrollment, you know what I'm saying? I had to master that. Then, you know what I mean, to get into the alphabet and everything, supreme math and all that. And it was like, you got to choose your attribute now, because you can't choose an attribute if you ain't master, you know what I'm saying, at least complete your student enrollment. You know what I mean? So once I did that, I had heard Born name so much. I was in Jersey, our cousin named Power on Rosemont Stuyvesant out Trenton at the time. Poor Edge teacher used to hang around there, and all I'm hearing is names, Born, all these names, but Born just seemed to be a fashionable name. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
look, one of my old ones was Born Original. Yeah, so it is. Yeah, it was. I was Born Original back in the 90s, baby.
Facts, man. So I was just like, I looked at the degree on it, you know what I mean? I'm like, because you got to live out your name. So it's like, I do bring things into existence, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, boom. I'm about that, because I'm always looking for something to do, to manifest, right? So the king came in where it's like my head, my kingdom, right? So it's like nothing getting in here, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can keep all your little devilish ways away from me. I'm trying to keep my kingdom safe. I protect my castle at all costs, you know what I mean? So that within itself, and then understanding the DNA and how we here, and the arm, leg, arm, head, and who we are. Yeah, why not? You know what I'm saying? Born king. I'm born this way. You understand? But my whole attribute, born king, dominant, justice, black son, mathematics, and law.
Okay.
And my daughter's name is Justice.
Dope. That's her first name?
Justice Egypt.
You know I love that.
And then my other
The
one
justice seeker that I am.
Yeah, and then my other one is Nisa Khadijah. You know what I mean? They went to the Nation of Islam Academy. You know what I'm saying? My wife, MGT, all that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I take this serious. You know what I mean? Like, I take it serious. I don't know how other people take it, but I take it serious. And when I got to listening and hearing everything, I was like, I'm so, like, this is powerful right here. This is the culture. Like, these street dudes, these thugs. But do you hear the compassion? Do you hear what they doing? Do you hear
and what they've gone through?
Right, exactly. You had it, and then they like Wu-Tang for the children, yo. For the children. Nobody was yelling that. Nobody's yelling it now.
Right,
Wu-Tang is forever.
Yelling it now.
You know what I'm saying?
They trying to destroy the children now. Exactly,
and it's all about. I never heard no Wu projects where there was not no science and math drop. Never. Now, I can't say that for nobody else out here, you know what I'm saying? But on a consistent basis, always dropping bombs, meteorites, everything, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, now the Killa fifth part came in because that was the reinvention of myself, and I'm a Gemini, right? So my man Sonny Brown, he's
go ahead, Gemini.
My man Sonny Brown down here, he like, you know what I'm saying? He real big, you know what I'm saying? And he was attached to street legal as well. Like you might say like damn near all the greats has always been attached to street legal. You know what I mean? And I was blessed to be one of them, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mark Carey, you know what I mean? But he was like, boom, reinvent yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, because, you know, things was getting a little stale down here. So I'm like, I just want to do something different. So the Killa fifth part came in. right? And this is why I used to drink real heavy. I chased dark liquor with light liquor. You know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord, so you got the fifth from a fifth of liquor?
No, but check it though.
Okay, let me let you tell the story.
Right. So, like, I had a song on my first joint, right? On the first joint that I released called Angel Dust or Broke Hustle. And I had a song they called Drunk Man, right? Everybody know me for drinking too. Like, I'm telling you, it's like living in a martial arts movie. Like, it was the tactic. That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, we out here. We drinking. Everybody in the cypher, we rhyming. That's what we do, right? Now, I never was known for throwing up. I never was known for crashing. None of that. I always stood straight, 10 toes down. I always mastered my high and walked straight. That's all I did. You feel me? So I ain't want the name itself to reflect that per se. So I built it as an attribute. So it's like KILL, knowledge is lethal Lord, and the A always. And the fifth is power from the mathematics. You know what I'm saying? So my name means that I'm killing off ignorance, you know what I'm saying? With knowledge all the time. So that's what I come in. People's like, oh, he a killer. No, I kill ignorance. You know what I mean? And I speak from a street perspective. So that's why my metaphors are the way that they are. You know what I mean? So it's like terminologies like dope and all that. I might say, to show you how dope I am, I might find a bag of dope on like Google or something. Then do something with the Pixar, throw my name on it, and put a song underneath the bottom, and that's me right there. It's the creative force, you know what I mean? Yeah.
That's dope.
Thank you.
I like that. So talk about some of your other influences other than Wu-Tang, because I know Wu-Tang is a huge influence on you.
Yeah.
Who were some of your other influential hip hop artists that you you saw and said, I want to do that. I want to do that too.
Well, I'm getting ready to date myself. Run DMC. Like, you know how people say Africa Bambaataa is the forefather of hip hop and stuff like that? Now, see, this is how you know people deal with hip hop. Yo, I'm not from that lineage. He's not my forefather. You feel me?
I know that's right.
I come from the lineage of the Shellheads and the Kangos. You know what I mean? Hip hop was when it was hip hop. That essence right there, that part. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's like that era with them. Then you had Crush Groove, Beat Street. Watch this. Everything.
Wild Style?
Oh my God, graffiti rock. I mean, like, oh my God.
Don't worry, we're both dating. We're dating ourselves, so it's
okay.
We're in this together. All in together now.
Man, yes, right. I used to break dance. Listen, I've done the elements. I used to break dance, do graffiti. You know what I'm saying? B-boy, beatbox, and MC, and I DJ. I've done it all, and I make beats now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's just something that when I heard Run DMC, and then it started going up, and then you hear other people like LL, and then you hear the battles, and then you seeing what Crush Groove doing, the Puma sweatshirts on B Street, and oh man, I just came up in a good time. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like, when you come up in something like that, and you got an uncle like I have, and my mom, she bought the first hip hop record. Like, shout out to my moms, man. Like,
shout out to moms. Shout out to moms.
If you really
cleans up the moms, you already know that.
Hey, Carl, you know, look. Brought me the first hip hop album, right? And always been her and my aunt Shirley. Every show that I did, they had always been there. I don't care where it was, wherever I was at, they was at. If it was grimy, they was grimy with it. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna lie to you, like. What's the guys, the Alcoholics, when I heard them, right? I'm just jumping around a little bit, but it's like pretty much like Mobb Deep. Oh man, like whew, Naughty by Nature, right? Gangstar Guru, right? What really did it for me, I was already in there, but really what took me over the top, Redman. I used to walk around with the paper up my nose. It's just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Thames, all that shit. Gotta, like, Tech Nine, all that shit. Like, it would put it like this. Most people, like, I'm going to college. that wasn't what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to do. And when I'm in the mix of doing it, that's how I'm learning the business. We was making t-shirts back then, and we was doing all this stuff, all the mechanical stuff, and it's just like, we put our first joint out called West Side Stranglers. The name of the song was A Brick and a Half. Shout out to my man Q, yo, like, my man Poochie, Poochie put the money behind the whole project, which is Born Divine's brother. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's all I know. But things took another turn. I wind up, you know what I'm saying, like getting jobs and things of that nature, still pursuing the craft. But yeah, man, that's what I want to do with my life. But I was smart enough to be doing other things. Shout out to the gods, you know what I'm saying? Because that in the Nation of Islam, that's who actually really got my life together in other ways. On Garrison, Muhammad Mosque number 6, you know what I'm saying? Where Born also was from, you know what I mean? So, you know, that mosque saved a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it gave me direction from what I was doing. Because I was the type, I'd be on the street, but I went to school too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you had the book smarts and the street smarts.
Yeah, you might as well say, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, then the 5%, that 120, I was out of there. You know what I'm saying? Gone. And like all my family members, like my mother's side of the family, very smart, intelligent, going to college type people. My father's side wasn't like that, but they all professional people, you know what I'm saying, at this point, and doing immaculate, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I got a chance to see a lot of things, be around a lot of things, and you know, so yeah, I'm just the product of some things, you know what I'm saying? So the music, man, I just knew that's all I wanted to do, you know what I mean? And still doing it, but just at my own thing now, you know what I'm saying? Independent, you know what I'm saying? So
right, which is the only way to.
Yeah, and Wu-Tang management, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, what more can I need? The only thing I've been really like is just like, how much work can I put out, and you know what I'm saying, how would it be felt? And you know, then you got, like I said, I got family and things of that nature. So you know, if my daughters might need something, or the wife, you know, whatever it is, that shit come first before this music. I ain't gonna front.
Right. So, obviously, right.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I've seen families like. That's the thing about here in Baltimore as well. I've seen I've just been observing enough to see how people be affected by the love and passion of art, to the point where they rip a family apart, to the point where it'll make a person, you know what I'm saying, like making good money, you know what I'm saying, make them say, you know what, I'm gonna go all in with my shit, and the next thing you know, it's like I'm going back to work, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I've seen it.
Well, yeah, that's why you really do have to have a strong foundation, and not just like on a financial from a financial perspective, because obviously we know, you know, the money is the currency that runs this world. So if you don't want to be homeless and stuff like that, you have to work. You have to make money. It's a necessary evil tool that we have to do in order to actually just even survive on the planet, which is ridiculous in itself. But, you know, then like you said, some people will allow the art and all the passion from that to rip their family apart. And when I hear you say that, that makes me say, hey, that's why you need a strong foundation, not just financially, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally. What is your foundation? You know, you have to have a foundation. And I think, you know, the nations of the gods and earths and the Nation of Islam, that helped a lot of our brothers, you know, have that kind of strong foundation and, you know, put their priorities in check and stuff like that. And especially with dealing with NGE, they tell you right there in the 12 jewels, you got to have food, clothing, and shelter. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all this other stuff, this other stuff is extra stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Extra.
You got to be grateful for the basic things that you need, and you provide those basic things. You have to be grateful for that, and then that's what allows you to be abundant in other things. It allows you to grow and expand and help to build your family and build your own purpose, and then help your wife build her purpose, and then your kids, you grow them up and let them have their purpose, and put them in, programs and stuff, and give them activities to do, so they're not just sitting out and running the street and kind of just wasting potential. A lot of wasted potential in our community, a lot of wasted and untapped and unnoticed and unused talent. And a lot of it is just because of mere resources, mere situational residential situations. People just not having resources to do stuff. So it goes deep, it goes deep. And that's why I was saying earlier, we got to build our own things and build our own businesses so we can hire our own people, because no one's hiring us, you guys. We got to stop looking to other people and I'm not even saying to save us. I'm not saying it that way. Just to do anything for us. We know they don't like us. That's a fact. So, and they don't really want to deal with us. Why do you want to deal with them? Why do you want to involve yourself with people who don't deal with you? Like, I'm over that era. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving on who's loving on me. I ain't got time for people acting crazy and all this kind of nut stuff. I'm trying to build something for my own community where people can come get resources and come get help they need and all that kind of stuff. So,
no doubt, man.
All right, let's talk about a little bit more about the music scene in Baltimore. So let's talk about the underground scene there. We touched on it a little bit earlier, but tell me what you think the actual current state today in the Baltimore's underground hip hop scene is, and how do you see your role within that?
See, that's the other thing. I'm connected, but I'm not connected, because the music that's in the scene today is not what I do. Now, I support, you know what I'm saying? I support, you know what I mean? Because now, Young Damo, for example, he's a part of the new situation, right? But he don't sound like them, though. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I wish we could have 1,000 more of him, you know what I mean? But nonetheless, it's like, how can I say this? I really don't even really have a real answer for you, to be totally honest with you, because I remember Wu Wednesdays was down here, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm saying to myself, oh, it's about to go down, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, the music that most of the people do down here don't necessarily mesh, I guess, with the brand per se or whatever. And it's not from the Wu perspective, it's from their perspective, meaning like, we do this, you know what I'm saying? We ain't about that, this, that, and the third. And
they're the ones that don't like.
Right. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, yo, like, this is why I always try, like, on my show to talk about knowing hip hop. You know what I mean? Like that's where I came up with the difference in the people. Because I'm starting to realize, like, here in Baltimore, you still have two sides. You have people that are a part of the culture, and then you have people that do music. Right. You know what I mean? So the majority of people that really run the music scene, they do music. You feel me now? So it's nothing to me to be connected with per se. Now the ones that fit, you know what I'm saying, what's going on, once again, we all in our collective, we actually really, like BMG, Bag Life, you know what I'm saying, like, we literally are starting something here, but we bubbling in the cut right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, one of the things that I do and that we try to make sure everybody know is, like, it's not no big money that we putting into this, but we doing what we doing because we do it because we love it. So it's like, we want to make sure that we can make it look presentable.
Right.
And the presentation is something that you could just do at home or sit around and do. But you got to have a creative mind. So I'm not doing nothing that nobody can't do. Pay $10 a month for this, maybe $12 a month for that, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's like, you got to invest in yourself. So, you know, I see people, like I have children, you know what I'm saying? So my daughters, they all a part of this stuff too. So I'm tapped in through them as well. And it's like, they tell me what be going on. Like, don't get me wrong. I said we hustle down here. So these dudes that do music got restaurants now, you know what I'm saying? All that or whatever. But my thing is, it's like, it's more than that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, the investment of the culture should be something where it's like, let's form a actual conglomerate down here. Let's actually really get a real record label down here. Let's put it together ourselves. Let's start an economy ourselves instead of going, we having this over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
We need that.
We got to do that. We have to.
And I feel like that's what's missing. And back in the day, we had people that was trying to pull some stuff off, but money, I hate money sometimes. It's just like,
yeah,
you can't, like, you getting shows, right? And you know, you can sell tickets and everything, you know what I'm saying? Sell tickets and all that, right? But it's like, I've done so many shows. What's the result?
Right.
So that's another problem. People be so gassed up to do a show, but like, what's the result? I don't care about no record deal or these people from this record label want to see me. This is a different day and age. I can come with my own magazine overnight. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Why isn't that independent mindset more prevalent here like that? And I'm telling you, hip hop. Well, now I don't even like using the term hip hop when I talk about this mainstream unconsciousness.
Yeah, call it whatever. You call it something else.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like that stuff that they using over there is the mindset here, and I'm trying to fight and bust through that. You know what I mean? That I think I kind of answered the question, even though I said I didn't have an answer. But it's one of those. It's education. Yeah, it's like what's publishing. I mean, listen,
the education piece is big, and it's big.
Email. Listen, an email. I've been around artists that don't have emails.
And that goes back to just not the knowledge not being shared, the resources not being shared. You know, just not passing down, not sharing knowledge and information and making it readily available. And some people don't have those resources to go find it out themselves. And normally, you know, you find out by getting burnt. You get in the industry, you're good enough, you might get a deal, and you get burnt, and then that's how you learn. And I feel like, you know, a lot of the artists in our culture, that's how they did learn. You know, and maybe that's what jaded them from not. I don't know, because if that happened to me, I would definitely be screaming from the mountaintop, like, "Don't do it!
Yeah,
don't do it! Don't sign it! Don't do this! Do this! Do that! Do this! Do that!" Like, that's me though. Everybody can't be the way I am. So, you know, some people are, you know, that's why I said the foundation that you come from is important. And when you're dealing with folks, you know, you got to kind of get a little bit of background on people, because you got to know who you're dealing with, because some people are crazy, they're unstable, different things like that. So, you know, having a strong foundation matters. And the problem is with this mainstream so-called quote unquote hip hop, there's no foundation to anything that these people do. There's no morals, there's no ethics, there's no values, there's no foundation to it. It's all simply to get a check. And that's what the shame is. That's what the shame is right there. So let me talk to you a little bit about your fans and how you engage with them and keep fans engaged. How do you, you know, what is your role with your fans? How do they play a part in your creative process? And how do you stay engaged with them?
Wow, that's crazy, because I still like that word fan. I just be like, I got people that be listening, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I go to a 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm a fan, you know what I'm saying? So I just be like, I got some listeners. But you're an artist
too, so you got to get used to it, because you're an artist. So there's people who are fans of yours. They like your music, they stream it, they buy it from you. These are your fans. You mean you can call them supporters, but at the end of the day, people ain't gonna just give you their money just because they, you know, like you a little bit. They obviously are a fan of what you're doing. So, you know, take that compliment. You know, I think it's a compliment when people have, you know, you did a great service, you put some art out there, you have people who appreciate it, and that's all that means. It's not, you know, a derogatory thing. But I get what you mean, because you say you're still a fan yourself, so it's kind of awkward to hear that. But just the people who support you, the people who support you, how do you keep them engaged, and how do you kind of interact with them?
Oh man, I'm a very private person, so selling music hand in hand was like the big thing for me. So when social media and everything kicked in, I was the person I was probably one of the people that helped them make the rule that you got to put your your actual name, you know what I'm saying, on stuff or whatever. And I'm very, very personal. So
Yes.
dealing with online for me, it was me sitting back going, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even find myself like, I don't really like people like that. You know what I mean?
I know number 8. I know.
I
I'm just joking.
no, like,
It's a struggle.
but yeah, but as
Yeah.
time went on, and I'm seeing how my brothers and them deal with Twitter, and I'm seeing how all this is working, and this is the new form. So, like I said, I love it so much that I had to get all social media. But I couldn't do it like a regular person. I was like, oh man. So we always put out music. Then I started learning how to do music videos. So I start putting little things out, little music videos on my channel. And if y'all go research my channel, like, you'll see stuff from like 2010 up on that month. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just had a YouTube channel. I ain't know what I was doing. So that was one way. But I noticed people were paying attention though. And then I got a MySpace. So I'm noticing people.
Oh, MySpace. You're really dating yourself now.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. So it's like I gotta be transparent. You know what I mean. So
Messing with you. Yeah, I love MySpace was dope, yo. I liked MySpace.
And I,
you know, right when it got real dope, they took, just like everything. When everything's good and dope, they take it away.
And I was loving it because I had seen people on MySpace do tours by themselves and post it. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning, I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, that's okay. I understand it now. And then
MySpace was the beginning of that virtual, you know, boom. It was the beginning of it.
Yeah, and YouTube just, you know what I'm saying, I'm seeing what people doing on YouTube, and I'm just like, all right, we're gonna rep our set on YouTube a little bit, you feel me? And it just went from that to me beefing with everybody in the long run, going, make no damn
YouTube?
dance. No, just in general. Like, I said, you know what, this is redundant. I don't want to do this. I said, my my music is content. You want content, listen to the music, listen to the album. That wasn't working too well. But how I got people on Twitter, because I was saying it on Twitter, I was like, y'all not
right.
Real.
Listen, gotta get people on Twitter, because listen, Twitter is the most toxic, negative, hateful.
Man.
Like, it's like Dave Chappelle's haterade ball. Like, Twitter, like, it's some hateful stuff going on. It's real toxic over there, I'm telling you.
They took my page down. Right, I was like at 1,000.
Oh, you must have been being extra toxic.
But you know what? They didn't like my name neither, because I was saying shit I was saying. Then it's like Killa Fifth, and I'm just like, oh.
They'll mess with you for that. Let me ask you about this comment that this person put up here, Genesis. He said, I think I remember seeing a video of you years ago, and you was in Reisterstown. Does that sound familiar? Reisterstown?
Yeah, Reisterstown. Was it Reisterstown?
He's saying that's what it was.
Yeah.
So he remembers you.
Yeah. It's like put it like this: Baltimore City is my city, so I just do things anywhere. You know what I mean? Feeling the need to do it, so it's very possible. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool. Where's Reisterstown at out there in relation to Baltimore City?
Reisterstown. So let's just say, like, all right. West Side Baltimore, first off. So it's West Side. And then you have, let's just say, like, Liberty Heights, right? Or Liberty Road, right? So if you go across and let's just say towards the Park Heights area, there's a Reisterstown Road, you know what I'm saying, on that side that takes you to, like, Pikesville, Owens Mills, and all that. But then there's a grimy side of Reisterstown Road, too, you know what I'm saying? So... Yeah, it's in the hood.
Let me ask you real quick about that bridge that fell down out there. How did that impact you and your family in any way? Are you guys near there, or like what's the pulse on that out there?
Well, if you were a truck driver and you had deliveries and all that, of course, you know, you're going to get affected by it.
Yes.
Some of the things that were coming to the ports was slowed down, you know what I mean?
Yeah, did it affect your food down there, and did it affect goods at any? I mean, I know it's been about I don't think it's a full year since that's happened, but it's going on that. Did it affect you guys in any way in that way at the
Uh,
time?
Not really. You know what I
No.
mean?
Okay,
Not
that's
really.
good.
I couldn't. I couldn't. I
That's
couldn't
good.
tell. I couldn't
Yeah,
tell.
you could, but you know what though, and not saying that you're like in the hood or whatever still, but like normally people from the hood or who are in the hood or are from the hood or whatever, we can listen, do what you got to do because we gonna survive. I don't give a damn
But
what you
but
do.
but that's
We
what I
good.
meant.
We gonna
That's what I
figure it
meant.
out and we gonna survive. So
Yeah.
even if it did, we pull together, we'll find a way to
That's,
survive.
I will never be able to tell anything that anybody else is going through because I wake up every day with stress. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Correct.
just like
Correct.
I don't know what it
Yeah.
means to wake up and not know about a bill, nigga. Like, like I want that
Right.
life. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
whatever was doing, I mean, we resilient. You know what I mean?
Right. So talk to me about your clothing line, because I want to talk a little bit now, transition a little bit away from music, because music is great and we know we need music and you're an artist and all that. But a lot of what we do, is, we use music as a stepping stool to evolve into other aspects where, because like you said, music is an expensive hobby, it's an expensive side hustle. You have to put money into that in order to get money out of that.
Yeah.
So what are some of the other things that you do? I know you have Bag Life clothing. Talk about your Bag Life clothing. I'll share the ET thing. Talk about your store. Talk about your other ventures outside of hip hop.
Okay. Well, once again, Baltimore hip hop scene. Everything that I have is out of necessity. I would love, I mean, it's like I started recording myself because I kept depending on other people to record me, and I wanted to just go ahead and do it when I felt like it. So when it came time for like getting sponsors and stuff, you see people getting sponsors. So I'm just like, I ain't going nobody for no sponsor. I'm sponsoring myself. So I start sponsoring myself, right? So I'm like, what I'm going to do? Like, what is it going to be called? So me and my mans and them sitting up there, and all I had was like the bag, like BAG, black and green, you know what I'm saying? So my man was like, life. I was like, bag life. Yeah. So I came up with that part. Well, we came up with that. We connected that, and then it was like the logo. Coming from the hip hop era, you know what I'm saying? The logo was like thinking of what we could put on shirts that's cool for merch and shit, like, you know what I mean, or whatever. So it's like, cool. Once again, we need an artist. My man Pepsi did the other joint with the graffiti thing or whatever, and like I said, I've always been around people that do stuff. So my man from down Street Legal, he was making my Bag Life shirts for me at the time, and things happen and people get separated. So I got a phone call and he was like, "Yo, you familiar with drop shipping?" And he explained to me how to do this type of stuff or whatever. And yeah, it was like, it's just because you need merch. So I just got merch because I'm an artist.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that's one way to do it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, but
Yes.
the way that I was comfortable with the Bag Life, that was the movement. But I had a .com. Me and my brother and my cousin, we had a .com called madthinker.com. And MTP is actually the corporate side of us, and that's kind of like the hidden gem. It's the pyramid that we exist in. So it's like, that like I said, it's corporate. But when we were doing it, we had shirts made, flyers made, and all that, right? And this is not knowing how to market then. Who gonna be walking around with your .com on, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what you supposed to be rocking. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta have something that everybody could feel, everybody could be a part of, something that resonates with certain type of people. So time goes on. Like I said, that Bag Life joint, and that was the first thing I came up with, that money bag, did that myself or whatever, right? But it was like, for clothing, certain ways it might be okay, but I really wasn't like comfortable, so I came up with just the word and just the font for the word. So I like the font better than I actually like the logo for it. So I like that logo look better on my website. That logo is good for something like that. You know what I mean? So that's for my website, Baglife Dynasty.com. BaglifeDynasty.wordpress.com is my website, right? And then I put it on my Bag Life Media. So that just serves for that purpose. But then when I came up with villain, oh man, I was like, once again, the black man, I'm tired. It's like, look, I'm gonna put my uniform on. I'm the villain. Who say hello to the bad guy? You know what I'm saying?
You're the villain. Look, you're the villain. I'm the superhero.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just
the
like,
superhero. I'm.
And I'm a big Marvel fan as well. You know what I mean? So it's just like. Yeah. The like I feel like especially hip hop is a legal culture. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you might just say y'all doing illegal music, right? We villains around here. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that we do is just like broadcasted as something evil.
It's villainized.
Wicked. You know, exactly. So
yeah.
You know what I mean? So Brilliant. When you hear me on the music, I'm the villain. Like I yell out villain. You know what I'm saying? And it just is what it is. If you are a truth teller, you the villain. You know what I'm saying? Jesus was a villain. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The truth tellers are villains, man. So, you know, in this wicked world, man, you know, you gotta drop jewels, you know what I mean? So I just came up with that part. But then I came up with another one, Bad Dreams. So the Bad Dreams part, I'm getting ready. I haven't really broadcasted it, but I'm getting ready. Actually, I'm supposed to this weekend actually do a little rollout for it. So yeah, that's coming, you know what I'm saying? But the Bad Dreams is just like, if you put it together, you know what I'm saying? Bag life villains giving his bad dreams, you know what I'm saying? So it all runs, you know what I'm saying, one tagline. So, once again, just being creative, yo. just doing what we do, man. And if people like it, you know you like it. But once again, my blackness, now watch this. It's a revolutionary statement. I feel like this. Why am I going to go spend $200 on Louis and Gucci? And no disrespect, I'm not sending nobody else's kids to college, right? And if I got to spend money, I'd rather spend it with us. And I love us so much that I'd rather buy my own shit. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, you see what I'm wearing? This is my stuff.
Facts.
Peace, love, and happiness. This is on my BeSmartClothing.com.
Facts.
You know, like you said, I agree with you. You know, I what I do, like I'll support like people like you, some other brothers that, you know, put their lines together. I'll buy their stuff and then I'll buy my stuff. Right. My days of buying all that kind of, you know, Gucci, Coach, whoever, like that stuff don't mean nothing. And if you really look at it, they stole all that from us anyway. Yeah. All that stuff that they sell back to us was our symbols and our signs from back in the day that they have, you know, colonized and, you know, just took it over and repurposed it and rebranded it, and they sell it right back to us, and they get rich off of selling us our own culture that we just don't know about because they, you know, kept it from us. So that's real artists. No ghostwriters. I write my own shit. I know that's right, brother. I know. Listen, a number 8 and a Gemini wouldn't have it any other way. Trust me. So let me ask you about your legacy, bro, since you are an 8 person. When it's all said and done, how do you want to be remembered in hip hop, in the community and beyond? How do you want to be remembered? What impact do you want your legacy to leave?
Spiritual, to be totally honest with you, because hip hop is spiritual to me, and people don't understand the science behind music. You know what I mean? So it's like we said, we built on that with the evil frequencies and all that, and the positive frequencies and stuff or whatever. And it's like when I do my music, it's like I want you to feel it. Like I need you to listen. Now I don't do music. Don't get me wrong. I do music for people, right? But it's specific type of people that I'm trying to, you know, get them to resonate with or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the spiritual part for me is the stress relief of how to do something without being violent in it, but being violent in a different way. You don't have to kill the whole world. You don't have to kill nobody. Hip hop hasn't always killed everybody. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like I want to take it to the ancient, to the essence of it, and the things that I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm building this thing called the V Files on my YouTube joint, right, in my playlist, and it's everything that we every episode we made a final year. I think it was like in June. So for a year is a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying, information on being independent and our feelings about mainstream and all that, you know what I mean? So That's the digital legacy. The music wise, I'm setting up my estates now. I got my publishing and everything together. And actually, I'll be talking to my daughters and talking to my wife about, because I need this to keep going. Like right now, it's like we building real estate. So I'm putting out massive songs. Like right now, we just dropped the album last month. I'm in the studio tomorrow night working on the album now. I'm 3 songs from finishing it. And Sunday, I go finish the other album that I'm working on.
You know what's so funny about this? It's so funny, and I have to say this. This energy is so familiar. You sound like another Gemini 8 that I know who just works, just puts an album out and is already working on the next damn album. Already got damn 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs ready for the next joint.
Yeah.
Already got video concepts in her mind. I mean, this is really the energy. That Mercury piece with you guys, that communication, your communication gods, you're the messenger of the gods. That's what that planet represents. So, communication is your strong suit. And then that work ethic of that 8, that business minded work ethic, that steadfast, pragmatic, focused energy that you guys bring to the table. Like, I don't think there's harder working people, I think, than Gemini 8s, especially when it comes to the music business. I think that's dope. That's dope. And I really think, not for nothing, but like everything that you've done, you could be that change that you want to see in Baltimore. You said you and your family are doing your real estate thing, work it out, try to get a community building or even if it's a studio, it doesn't have to be like that. Just do a studio where you have trainings for the young artists in the community where they can come there and train. They can learn how to be engineers. They can learn how to be artists. They can learn how to be managers and do things in business. You have that ability to do that, bro. So, to me, I think big. Go big. You're a number 8. 8 is a power number. It's a harvest number. So go big. Don't go small. Get that studio together and teach these artists, be that change. You want to see these young artists make a change and you want to see a difference in that Baltimore underground scene. You have to make it. Because like you said, the other artists that made it, they left and you can't fault them for that. That's their path. So if this is what you want to see, you forge that path for them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's definitely dope. I think it's definitely something that you should consider doing, and then other than that, bro, talk about like you said a recent project that you just dropped. Talk about your recent project. Let everybody know what the recent project is and how they can get that project and how they can get a hold of you.
All right, so the project is called A Quiet Taste. It's on all digital platforms. Even on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you know what I'm saying? It's everywhere, right? And the album itself is called A Quiet Taste because I feel like I said, what I do is for certain people. So I don't expect, see, this is the thing, man. Hip-hop is not for everybody, yo. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to say it. It's not for everybody. Like, half of y'all shouldn't even be walking around with the chains you got on around your goddamn neck. I swear. Woo, listen. My whole thing is, man, it's an acquired taste because you never heard nothing like what I'm saying on this album. I guarantee you. Nobody got the balls to say it. Nobody. Not even Pusha T at this point. Nobody. I called some shit out. And when I say I called it out, I called it out. And I'm not going to be challenged on it. You feel me? So it's just like, you want to hear something that's going to make your mind think. You know what I'm saying? You like beats. You like to lay back and chill, you know what I'm saying, and really, really be into the music part. Yo, acquired taste, because it ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you can get it on all DSPs, man. You know what I mean? And my mama's on there, okay? My mama got words for y'all on there.
Wow. That's awesome. I love that.
Thank you. Mom's a part, you know what I mean? My cousin did all the production. You know what I'm saying? My mom's on the joint, and my brother... He's going to be on the next joint that we doing, you know what I'm saying, now and stuff or whatever.
That's dope, bro. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. And like I said, keep going, do it big. It's a part of your frequency. And, you got a gray head on your shoulders. So just do the damn thing. I want to make sure everyone is reaching out to the bro. You can get him on his website here at bornkingmusic.com. His YouTube is at Third Eye Robot. So guys, make sure you subscribe to his YouTube. I did it. I did his podcast. He has a podcast. I don't know if he calls it a podcast, but I call everything a podcast on here. So
Right,
it's
right,
all
right.
podcast. So make sure you go check it out because he
Yeah,
really
yeah.
does talk about a lot of the spiritual connotations, spiritual things that go on with the hip hop industry and how it's how we're being taken over in the spiritual warfare. So he discusses that, and discusses all types of consciousness and esoteric different topics. I was on one of the shows. We broke down chakras and frequencies. So if you missed that, you know the girl puts her work in. So make sure y'all go check that out on his
Facts.
platform.
Facts.
And make sure you go check him out on at Etsy at Villain Bag Life. That is his website on Etsy. So just type that in and he'll come up. So make sure you guys are following him. He's also on. And what's your IG, bro? Is it at Bag Life?
That's Bag Life shirts, and then the artist one is Born King underscore K5.
Okay, Born King underscore K5 and at Bag Life Shirts on Instagram. And not only that, I will have all of his links in the description. They'll be updated tomorrow because when we do the lives, you can't update it. It has to process first. So, technical things going on. So we will make sure that all of his social media handles are going to be in the description box. You can catch them there tomorrow. Make sure you share this video with a friend. And make sure you stay tuned in with us again. Real quick, let me run through what we have coming up. We have what's today? So I'm doing a live on Sunday, you guys. Make sure you're tuned in with me on Sunday night. I'm doing a live on Numbers Matter. I have a huge reveal for all my astronumerology peoples out there, my Universal Supreme. Make sure you're tuned in. You do not want to miss the show Sunday. It's a special reveal. We're going to be reviewing some things. We're going to be looking ahead at some shows, and I'm just going to be coming to you as who I am and speaking to my people. So make sure y'all are on there Sunday with me. We'll be live. Our next show after that will be Monday night with the King Cool Colas. He is a media entertainment pro Black blurred. That is his title. So make sure you check him out and check us out on Monday, the 21st. We'll be live on BEETV at 8 p.m. And then, of course, we have a lot coming up in store for you there. I'm just giving you those two now. Tune in with me Sunday so you can see all of the stuff that I have coming up. And we got Born King coming back on the show. We're going to be actually having him come on the Justice on Earth show and the Numbers Matter show because I'm going to bring him back over there and do some spiritual stuff over there with him so he can talk about some of that stuff that he has going on with that. And so just make sure you guys stay tuned in with us, okay? We're tuned our way in. And I just want to thank our guests, for coming on tonight. It was a little bit in the making us getting this together. But Mercury did go retrograde today.
Yeah.
It will be retrograde until August 11th. So we're in the thick of things. And I mean, his planet is ruled by Mercury. So, we pulled it off, and I think we did a damn good job. We pulled it off. And I want to thank you, the Universal Supreme. You're a part of that. Thank you so much for tuning in with us live tonight because you could have been anywhere in the world right now. You could have been watching a billion other YouTube channels. You could have been doing some other crap that don't mean nothing, but you chose to tune in with Queen B on BEETV because you already know that Black education empowers true vision. And you know that the truth aligned yields love, order, and respect. So when you're dealing with the Queen, with Taylor B, that's all the things that you're going to get. And you're going to get jewels. Before we get out of here, let me ask you, we have a question. Who is your favorite Wu member before we go? That's a great way to end the show. Who's your favorite Wu member?
RZA.
Oh, wait. Before you answer the Wu member question, because someone else asked a question. And I want you to answer the Wu member question last. And I already know the answer to this, but I want you to answer this for the fans, for the crowd. Genesis. He wants to know if you hooked up with Born Divine. Did you guys ever link and do music? And we know Born Divine. Shout out to the God Born Divine. That's our boy. Much love. That's my family right there. So go ahead. Did you ever link up with Born?
We supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? We actually talked about it not too long ago for real. Like my thing is like See, this is another thing. I'm still a fan. So even just being here, I'm just like, I'm fanning right now. You know what I'm saying? And
Don't fan. Not here. You're home. This is family.
I got
This is
you.
family.
Yeah, and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always want things to be a certain way because of, you know what I'm saying, the divine and the gods and the earths and all that. Like,
Right.
I got to come a certain way. So it's like, until I'm ready, then it's like, all right, boom, Born, you know, I'm ready now, you know what I'm saying? He always, Born work hard. Born work hard.
Oh, one of the hardest workers.
Yeah,
one of the hardest.
Yeah, he a busy bee for real.
Yeah,
I ain't even going to lie.
he's a hard-working number
Yeah,
9, that
no
Born
doubt.
Divine.
No doubt.
So great. That's great. And now answer, go ahead. Who is your favorite? Hold on. Before you answer who your favorite Wu member is, let me cue these bees up. So I'm on point because, you know, I got the show out with my sound effect. Who? Born King. Who is your favorite Wu-Tang member?
RZA. Yeah.
Hell yeah, you already know. That's
Yeah.
my favorite too.
Yeah.
Can't deny what Abbott brings to the table. Multifaceted, multi-versatile.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, the
I
flow
can't
is,
say enough about him.
the flow is just, oh my God.
And you know what? A lot of people don't like his flow. I love it.
Man, Bobby
love
Digital
it.
album's classic. And
Oh, I love it.
I ain't gonna say who bit them Bobby Digital albums, but yeah, we be watching this stuff or whatever. Cause he actually put the first Grown Man album out, but I ain't gonna say nothing though. We watching.
But definitely. So there you have it. Dartmouth. He said the Abbott, the RZA, the Gorilla Zigzag Zigalaw. Of course, the RZA is bomb, bong bong. You know.
Bomb.
So all right. So let's get ready to get out of here. I want to thank you, Born King. Make sure you guys go follow the God on all his social media platforms. And make sure you stay tuned in with BTV. We have a lot in store for you. And if you're not following us on Numeralytics and you're into astronumerology, make sure you're subscribed over there. And make sure you stay subscribed and make sure you share and like this. I want to say peace, love, kings and queens up to the universal supreme. Let me get this going and we are out.
Queens up in your hood because it's essential. Triple the investment, stocks and bonds, build a nest egg. Comfortable life, seed safe at the rest place.